And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Look, I'm going to say it a million times until we get there. We need to get to 1 million. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share, because the stupidity, the lunacy, it gets worse every single day. This week, it's a bad week for health in America. After many of the most well-respected members of the CDC left, HHS Secretary RFK Jr. testified today at a Senate Finance Committee hearing. Now, earlier in the week, Florida, through Ron DeSanctimonious, announced its plan to cancel all vaccine mandates for children in school. Talk about stupid. I want to start with a clip of Dr. Oz, another asshole, discussing the vaccines, and then get into RFK's Senate testimony. This is what Dr. Oz had to say when asked if vaccinations should be mandated for children to go to school. Play the clip.
Because there's a lot of discussion about the childhood vaccine schedule. And today there was an announcement in Florida that they will move to end all childhood vaccine mandates in the state. That came from Governor DeSantis this afternoon, and it's in conjunction with the state Surgeon General, Joseph Ladapo. What is your reaction to that? And do you agree with that? Would you recommend the same thing to your patients?
I would definitely not have mandates for vaccinations. This is a decision that a physician and a patient should be making together. The parents love their kids more than anybody else. I could love that kid, so why not let the parents play an active role in this? There are some states now where you're seeing an increase in homeschooling because parents are running from the healthcare system. They can't get healthcare because doctors are unwilling to take the risk of taking care of children who don't want vaccinations because it might impact the way their practices are run. They shouldn't feel pressure from the government to decide what to do with the vaccination schedule. They should do what's the best interest of the person in front of them, let's say it's a child, and what those parents desire. That's how the system is supposed to run. But
truly amazing. I mean, of course this is what Mehmet is saying. He needs to stay on message with what Trump wants the message to be. So imagine you have individuals who are talking about things like measles, mumps, rubella, polio, things that have been eradicated for years. Nope, not anymore. And we're seeing an increase in exactly this. Now, for example, turning to RFK's questioning in the Senate, many senators grilled RFK Jr. on behalf of the American people that he is endangering. RFK goes on to claim that we have the sickest country in the world, and this is why we have to fire people. Play the clip.
All like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. If we don't end this chronic disease, we are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at CDC. They did not do their job. This was their job to keep us healthy.
Thank you,
and I need to fire some of those people to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I have to.
Oh, Mr. Wormbrain, there are many people that need to be fired, including you dumbass. Meanwhile, Senator Warnock said that RFK Jr. is a hazard to the American people and that he ought to resign. I absolutely concur. Play the clip.
Okay, I think that we all have a history of listening to you and these answers, but you're on the record for a number of these statements. Despite your lack of credentials and expertise, clearly you have an agenda. It is a threat to the public health of the American people. It's clear that you are carrying out your extremist beliefs, which is why you attempted to fire Dr.
We're the sickest people in the world.
Sir,
we're the sickest people on earth.
I'm speaking.
How am I a threat?
Secretary Kennedy, for the first time, we're seeing deaths from children from measles. We haven't seen that in 2 decades. We're seeing that under your watch. You are a hazard to the health of the American people.
Can I respond to that, Senator?
No, I claim back my time.
We need to wrap
You are
up.
a hazard to the health of the American people. I think that you ought to resign. And if you don't resign, the President of the United States, who put forward Operation Warp Speed, which worked, should fire you. Thank you so much.
And I absolutely concur. Meanwhile, Senator Smith asked RFK Jr. about his appearance on Fox News, saying This is where this idiot said that antidepressant drugs are connected to the mass shootings that we see every single day. Play that clip.
It's incredible. But let me move on. Just last week, in the days after the tragic shooting at Annunciation Catholic School in my home state of Minnesota, you went on Fox News blaming school shootings on antidepressants. You have no evidence of that because you have no evidence of a connection. And you want to talk about...
You're just saying something. You're just making stuff up.
You know, this is what you say, right? Secretary Kennedy, when someone presents you with information that does not fit...
I did not blame that shooting. I have no idea whether... I have no idea, and I never said that. You're making it up. You're twisting. Yeah, you are.
Secretary
you are being
Kennedy.
dishonest.
No, she's not. All you got to do is go and play the video. Meanwhile, look, I've always come with the receipts. Let me show you what RFK said on Fox last week. Play that clip.
Yeah, we are doing those kind of studies now at NIH. We're launching studies on the potential contribution of some of the SSRI drugs and some of the other psychiatric drugs that might be contributing to violence.
Yeah, he said it. Meanwhile, Senator Wyden brought up the point that doctors across the country say that vaccines are necessary. Play the clip.
I didn't politicize ASAP. I depoliticize it. The Congress has been investigating ASAP.
All over the country, Mr. Secretary, scientists and doctors are saying otherwise. They're all wrong, too. They're all lying, according to you.
The scientists and doctors are supporting me all over the country. There is division on opinion.
I don't get letters from thousands of people who are not political saying that this set of changes is going to damage American healthcare, and particularly these healthcare agencies, for decades to come. I don't get any letters from people saying, hey, this is going to make a big difference forever.
Yeah, maybe you're listening to a selective group of people.
Well, you get me.
Yeah, and I will.
Fine.
I will tell you what, Senator. I will put my mailbag against your mailbag any day of the week.
I got 30 seconds. Dangerous.
Meanwhile, he's doing exactly the same thing. He's picking and choosing who he wants to listen to. Maybe he's listening to Dr. Boombatz, who turns around and, I don't know, grabs him by the knee and then hits him in the nuts with one of those little hammers. I mean, just an idiot. Republican senator said that he has grown concerned. There's a Republican now saying that he has grown concerned of how RFK has ruled the HHS. Play that clip.
By protecting his troops from smallpox, Washington preserved the Continental Army, which allowed our nation to continue to fight for our independence. And like President Trump, I believe President Washington acted decisively to protect Americans' lives at a time of great national peril. So over the last 50 years, vaccines are estimated to have saved 154 million lives worldwide. I support vaccines. I'm a doctor. Vaccines work. Secretary Kennedy, in your confirmation hearings, you promised to uphold the highest standards for vaccines. Since then, I've grown deeply concerned. The public has seen measles outbreaks, leadership in the National Institute of Health questioning the use of mRNA vaccines, the recently confirmed director of Centers for Disease Control and Prevention fired. Americans don't know who to rely on. You know, recent polls said 89% of voters, 81% of Trump voters agree vaccine recommendations should come from trained physicians, scientists, public health experts. So, they believe, Senator Marshall, Senator Cassidy, they believe me when it comes to vaccines. If we're going to make America healthy again, we can't allow public health to be undermined. So could you?
Yeah, he's 100 and he's a doctor, unlike you. Meanwhile, Senator Lujan made it clear that RFK doesn't know who he's even hiring. Play that clip.
Now, you said that you're soon going to release a study claiming to reveal the cause of autism, timed unsurprisingly with the upcoming ACIP meeting to justify taking vaccines from Americans. Now, as you know, autism affects millions of children, so I guess you'd have the nation's top medical experts working on this. Mr. Kennedy, you hired a man named David Geyer to conduct this study. Is that correct?
No.
Is Mr. David Geyer working for HHS?
He's a contractor, but he's not conducting a study.
He's a contractor?
He's a contractor.
Do you know who works for you, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah.
Do you know that Mr. Geyer is listed as a HHS on the employee directory as a senior data analyst, not a contractor?
He's a contractor. He's not an SGE.
So is your website wrong?
He's not an SGE. I don't know what
I'm going to pull up the website for you.
He's a contractor.
If the website says he is a senior data analyst, will you at least admit to the committee?
Well, I don't know
that you
if
were
a
wrong?
contractor can be classified as a senior data analyst
sir.
or not.
Is Mr. Geyer a doctor?
No.
What an idiot. Meanwhile, finally, Bernie Sanders questioned RFK about his spending, which is out of control. Play that clip.
All right, Mr. Secretary, I've got a bunch of questions. Appreciate brevity in answering it. So-called big, beautiful bill threw 15 million Americans off of health care, substantially raised premiums, and is going to have a terrible impact on nursing homes, community health centers, rural hospitals all over America. Very briefly, is that really making America healthy again?
It's going to be the biggest infusion of federal dollars into rural health care in American history.
Yeah, you know why? Because you're cutting $150 billion for rural hospitals. You're putting $50 billion back. That's not an infusion. That's a loss of $100 billion. All right, next question.
Yeah, and Bernie's 100% correct. This is one of the stupidest things of all time. Who are they going to hurt? Red states, blue states, purple states. Going to hurt America. That's why I constantly say, need your help. Help me to grow this platform. We must ensure that people like RFK Jr. and others do not continue to be in charge of anything that has to do with our lives. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.